Hello and welcome back to the Weird and Proud podcast. It's Sam and
James.
and Prue. She's wandering around. She's being a little antsy. So she might make an appearance. But hello, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you all had a nice, weird week. Hope you survived daylight savings time. Did we save the daylight?
It's awful.
Did we save it? Do you know if
it's still here?
Did we save it? I don't think we saved it. Also, if you're watching YouTube, you might notice I'm a little darker. I'm a little sun-kissed glow. I just got a spray tan, and
You have a wonderful. It looks super natural. It doesn't
I
look
know.
sprayy at all.
Well, I do. I gotta shower it off. Like I got one that's like 8 hours, which I feel like I like the 8 hour one. Like there is a rapid one where you can shower after 3 hours, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's more intense, and this one is a little bit more natural, or the 8 hour one. So yeah, I'm just feeling we're going to Florida tomorrow, and by the time you listen to this, we will be in Florida, and
time travel.
I know, isn't that crazy that like you guys will be listening to it? Oh my god, time space continuum.
We miss you, even though you're in the future.
We miss you, and hopefully you're watching along on the Instagrams, because I'm sure there'll be lots of great content. We are going to St. Pete, which is like right outside of Tampa. I can't remember if we had talked about this already, but we're staying with not my whole family, but my dad's side of the family. Well, I mean, not like it's huge. It's literally my dad, my brother, his wife, and me and James. And then some of my dad's friends who are like kind of family at this point live in St. Pete. So we're celebrating his 65th birthday, and we were going to St. Pete because it's kind of like a fun little tourist. It's not too touristy, I guess. I shouldn't say too touristy, but it's kind of like a fun little beach town. St. Pete Beach is kind of where we're staying. And it's easy to get to right outside of Tampa. And we were just hoping to get like some really great sun, some great, obviously, warmth with us living in Connecticut, and my dad and my brother live in Maine. So, just a little escape from the New England winter. And we go to look at the weather forecast for St. Pete, and it is, I think it's like 50s, 60s the whole weekend, and it's supposed to be raining the whole weekend. And we're trying to be optimistic. We're just saying we got to be positive. We got to manifest positive vibes and warmth. Because hopefully you just never know. Sometimes with Florida, it could be a passing shower. But yeah, it's not looking great. And we're renting a house. So we're all going to be together in a house. And I just, I don't know what we're going to do for how long are we there for? 5 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 5 days. I just had to literally count that on my hand. 5 days, and it'll be interesting. I think I'm going to have to drink this weekend.
We're going to hunker down. We'll play some games.
We're going to hunker down, and I think I'm going to have to drink.
You don't have to.
I feel like I have to.
I was, what's weird? Sorry, hold on.
No, James is drinking a beer. Speaking of
hold my beer.
ASMR. No, he's having a seltzer.
That's my seltzer.
I
was thinking about that.
What?
And I was going to, even though we know that I do enjoy having beverages, I was going to talk to you about it. Since we're on the podcast, I'll just talk to you about it. If you didn't want to drink, because I know that with your family especially, we always have fun doing that. We have a Christmas party every year, and every time we go up there, it's like a vacation for us, right? We treat it like vacation, even though this is actually a vacation and not just visiting them in Maine. If there were days you didn't want to drink and you didn't want to feel the pressure, I know I shouldn't have to. It's the dumbest thing in a relationship to say, "Oh, just tell me if you don't want me to."
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say, "Tell me." I was just not going to drink with you. At least one day. I was going to give you one day. One day you get.
One day.
No, it would have been more. But I was going to not drink if you weren't drinking. I was just going to read what you were doing. But that's up to you.
No, I think, I'm just going to try and be somewhat good. Like normally like we would, and even like my dad and my brother, like they were talking about starting drinking like first thing in the morning. Like they're getting stuff for the house to make drinks all day.
I saw the text chain and I was just like, I hope it's okay.
Yeah,
Don't worry,
tequila for
baby.
shots.
You do what you need to. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So it's, it's going to be tough, but I think like, I always said that it wasn't like I was never going to drink again. And I do obviously like enjoy like going out and having drinks with friends, if we have something to do and it's like, an event, like I feel like it's just not worth it for me to have drinks if we're just going out to dinner or we're hanging out at home or even like, a small gathering. Like I don't want to feel like I have to drink.
No. And that's what I hope you feel that way.
Right. Like I just, I wanted to challenge myself to be like, because there were times that I was like, oh, I can only go to this if I drink. Like I'll only be comfortable if I'm drinking. And I never want to feel like that and feel like alcohol has that much control over me that I have to drink to like do certain things and like be social. So I feel like it definitely has challenged me, but when it comes to family and like if it's a vacation, like this is like the last trip was New Orleans, which that definitely was a vacation too. Of course, we were drinking a lot, but a lot of it too was like, quote unquote work. Like that was a write off for me, as funny as it is. I know. But a lot of content, a lot of it is contenting, but I think, I don't know, I'm going to play it by ear, but I'm kind of scared because I know that the hangovers are going to be horrible. And I'm going to have such a low tolerance that, I'm just going to have to really be careful.
As long as you're always good at pacing yourself, right?
Yeah.
But also you've gotten rid of all that remnant alcohol that kind of hangs out. You've given your liver a chance to like catch up and be happy. It may, again, it's not if you go way too far for anybody, you're gonna be hungover.
Yeah.
But that might help you process, like especially if you don't start drinking at 9 a.m. the next day.
Right. Yeah. There's no way I can do that. But so make sure you're on the stories because I'm sure there'll be that and TikToks. We always, my families are good sport. We always do some fun TikToks when we're together too, that always go over well. And either way, it will be a fun trip. I'm like kind of joking, but I wish there would be some sun, but what can you do? What can you do? You got to bring your own sunshine. Well, we have a great show for you this week. Have some weird news, some things to chat about that I feel like, I'm pretty much an expert on, which is the TikTok ban, supposedly. And then I was going to do, obviously we have some weird secret voicemails, but I was also going to do, I notice whenever I do the weird stories or weird secrets, I get a lot of the same but the same submissions that like people think are weird, but are actually like pretty normal and like everyone I think does or has done it to some extent. So we're going to chat about some of those. I'm going to ask James if he does those and see what James' weird secrets are.
A lot of surprises for me on this podcast because one, I don't know a lot about the TikTok ban because it's stupid. And two, I don't know anything about what those. And three, I never know what the phone calls are. So
yes.
Where are we going tomorrow?
Surprises.
Florida?
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I travel. I really never know. I'm getting on a plane.
No, literally.
And I will end up somewhere.
Men, I tell you.
Mostly just this guy. She's such a good planner. And I'm so spoiled with it.
I know.
They're all.
What can I say?
They're all texting the families. They're going back and forth.
No, like sometimes I don't know what you would do without me.
Probably just not go on trips.
You probably just, you never leave. Yeah. Like I mean, not that you can't like check in and do all the boarding stuff, but I am also like very type A with that kind of stuff. I like to do it. I like to have the copies. I need to make sure, for my own anxiety.
I'm type Z as in I'll take a nap and you go ahead and do it.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. All right. So we had talked about, like it all blurs together. Like it's literally life is one big blur. But I think we chatted a little on the last podcast or one of them about the TikTok ban. And not that there is a TikTok ban, and we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna get into that. But it's come up before time and time again that the government is not crazy about the idea that China owns ByteDance, which owns TikTok. So even this was like goes back years ago. I mean, I even remember, this is 2020 when TikTok was popping off over the pandemic, and Trump was really, really against TikTok and tried to get TikTok banned. And I remember for a while we really, I really thought we were going to wake up one day and it just like wasn't going to work. And I can't even remember how it got solved, or like what the solution was to it. Or I think it literally was like the US had a branch in ByteDance or something like that, which they do. Like there is like a whole US branch of TikTok. And so this has just come up recently, obviously, with everything going on in politics and with, what's going on in China. They are threatening to ban TikTok again. And I think I'd mentioned that like a couple newspapers had reached out to me and been like, do you have any comments? Or like, do you have like, we're doing an article on this. Like, what are your thoughts? And, it's interesting because I think they did make a big move by making all government officials cannot have TikTok on their phones. So like actually, showing that they were doing something, it was like, oh, for a second it was like, oh, they made all the government officials take it off their phone. Like, could they really be making steps to do this? And I think what happened and what I've been reading is that apparently there was this leaked audio from, I don't even know how this got leaked, but it was from the Chinese government talking about how they were using TikTok to spy on Americans and our purchasing habits and our spending habits.
I'm in digital marketing. I do that.
Right.
I spy on Americans about their spending habits.
Well, that's why, it's
I
also
love
like,
it. It's so much fun.
What do they like see that like I'm buying
the
like
whole internet is doing that
for my car.
The entire internet is watching your spending habits. And guess what? It's okay. It's your own fault. If you don't want to be tracked on the internet, don't go on the internet. That's on you.
Right. So apparently I was just looking at my notes. So they basically Biden gave, or our government gave ByteDance, who owns TikTok, an ultimatum that they have to either
same thing.
Exactly. My God, you're going to confuse the people. ByteDance has to sell the TikTok to a US based company, or they're going to like have TikTok banned in the US. And there aren't like specific timelines apparently on like when this is going to happen or like when they have until, which is weird. But the CEO of TikTok is coming to meet with with Congress next week. So that's a big, obviously step. And like people are like, okay, well, hopefully this is positive. They come to a solution. But it's just really interesting. A lot of people are talking about it. I think some people are like, okay, the boy who cried wolf, like this happened years ago, nothing ended up happening. But when they're making the steps to like ban it on or have it removed from government phones, and there was a law basically that they're trying to pass called the Restrict Act. And this act would make it so that any technology company, like it's not even really like geared towards TikTok, it's just saying any technology companies in general that are owned by like kind of like an enemy of the US will be restricted.
It's like a trade embargo.
Right.
It's a real thing. We put trade embargoes on things.
So it's like, okay, but obviously like TikTok is like who else, like what other major social media company is owned by an enemy of the state? There's not a Russian MySpace. Does Russia own MySpace?
Is MySpace coming back?
That if TikTok is banned, I say we bring back MySpace.
Oh my God, Tom!
I missed Tom. You had a MySpace, obviously.
I still do.
Do you?
I don't know. Is MySpace exists? If it still exists, I do because I never deleted it, so it's somewhere out there.
MySpace is where I thrived. I feel like, and that was when I learned like coding. Like, do you remember like you like literally could make codes and like I remember Googling like taking courses on how to make code so like I could make my MySpace like have songs and jingles and do all this crazy stuff. Do you
That's
remember that?
awesome. No, I do know that.
Okay. Did you do coding?
No, I did not.
Loser.
I do know coding. I did not do it on very, very little, but I did not do it on
MySpace.
MySpace ever.
Wow, 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 wow! What a loser.
I was more interested in trying to learn and to hack into things because that was popular at the time.
Oh, like what?
I was never good at it.
What did you try to hack into?
Guess passwords and stuff like that.
Like of whose?
Like try to get nowadays too. It's fun to try to figure out the code behind, say, a Wi-Fi, and try to find the password that's embedded in there. If you do
so
go,
you're just trying to hack people's Wi-Fi.
It was kind of cool back then.
So how do you hack?
There was no There was no real Wi-Fi back then.
Right.
Some of it was just kind of guessing or phishing, but
yeah,
some of it was trying to figure out code. There was a guy in Florida who was like a friend of one of the guys I played rugby with who was amazing at it. And on one spring break trip, he showed us like how he did it, and I thought it was really cool.
You're just out here hacking?
No.
James.
I thought it was cool. I wasn't good at it.
Right. Did you ever hack into anything?
No, I don't think I ever did.
Wow. Glad to see those skills were being cultivated as a young child.
I was in college.
Oh, okay. I don't know if that's weirder or better or what. But anyways, I just thought that was really interesting about the whole TikTok thing. I know some people had asked, like, what is the deal? And when I talk about it, people are like, is it really happening? But yeah, I don't think it will. I honestly don't think it will. I think TikTok makes way too much money. Also, apparently, TikTok just spent $1.5 billion on like a huge headquarters in Texas and like making a whole branch for US security data to like prove that they're doing all these steps and they're gonna find ways to like restrict what the Chinese government has access to when it comes to American data. Data or data? What do you say? Data or data?
Data. I say data analysis. Yeah.
Okay.
Was that the Pink Panther song?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Nice job.
I know. Dada kind of sounds like dada.
Cartoon Pink Panther or Peter Sellers Pink Panther?
I don't know who Peter Sellers is. I'm not 94 like you are.
He probably is 94 actually.
James is 100. So interesting stuff. Also in the social media world, the other hot topics for those who care. Instagram and Facebook Meta's down. Money is down. Apparently they are not doing so hot. Profits are down. They also just ended Instagram specifically, like obviously I focus more on Instagram than Facebook, but they were paying for reels. So not a ton, but like if your videos did well, there was like, I forget what it was, but it was like cents for for thousands of views. So, you make a couple $100. It's obviously nothing that's going to pay the bills, but like, it was kind of nice and, kind of helped.
Revenue stream.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And it just, helped motivate you. But that has ended as of this month. They're not paying out on those anymore. So they're really like not paying creators at all. We're like, TikTok does, it's not crazy. I mean, even you can have millions of followers and again, maybe you're making a couple hundred a month. But obviously YouTube pays very well, but now Instagram is like nothing. Bunch of cheap bastards. Mark Zuckerberg. What a bastard. He's like the richest man in the world. Can't give us a couple $100 here and there.
They'll pivot and figure it out. They put so much into Meta and the metaverse. And people just didn't.
Right. What a bunch of dumb idiots.
There's a lot of people that still invested in that. I have a feeling it's not going away. Yeah. And it depends on your risk taking profile. When you said down, I know maybe you were talking stocks too. Depends on your ability to take on risk.
Stocks are down, profits are down.
It's probably a great time to jump in there because they'll pivot and figure something out. They're not going anywhere. That stuff called data, it's worth a lot.
You mean data?
And they have
a lot of it.
Droves of it.
They have a lot of it.
Next to Google, they probably have the most data
on humans.
Probably across the
on
globe.
Americans.
They might.
Yeah, that's so scary to think about. Like, I would love to know what my profile says. Like, what if they were to look me up in the data that they
Should we
have
hack
on
it?
me. What?
Should we hack it?
Yeah, let's hack it. Can you hack it, James?
I have no idea.
With all your skills.
I'd have to look.
I'd have to look. So anyways, crazy stuff. That's what's going on. So never a dull moment in the social media world, you know? Always got to keep us on our toes.
If you want to watch a good documentary on data and what got Facebook in trouble, just watch The Great Hack on Netflix.
Oh, I don't even know if
it is. I may or may not have tried to get you to see it a few times, but
yeah, no.
It's definitely a James.
But
I recommend it to everyone. Watch The Great Hack, and look, it's got some definite political charge in there, right? It's going to get you fired up if you're into politics.
Yeah.
I am not. I don't care. I do, but I don't because it's stupid.
Yeah.
And you'll find out how stupid it is when you watch this because it is amazing what this company that was in England at the time did with data and human behavior. It's very interesting. Huh. So if you like that sort of thing, look up The Great Hack. If you've seen it already, watch it again. I watched it twice.
Oh, wow. Riveting stuff. Yeah. Very interesting. Because, you know, what this article too is talking about how like also the First Amendment comes into play a lot of the times where it's like people are choosing the right to go on these sites, share things. They're allowing, you know, it's like they're typing in all their information. They're, you know, it's their First Amendment right to go on these social media websites and post what they want. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. And election season is coming up, campaign season, where I feel like things are just going to get wild and like, you know, everything gets over exaggerated and just gets crazy. But
you know what's over exaggerated?
Your
election
mom.
Season. Yeah. Did you just pick up my mom?
No,
Mom,
Kathy.
I love you.
I would never, Kathy. No.
That was a good your mom joke, though.
Yeah, I
know, I'll give you
so
that.
Funny. Okay. Anyways, crazy stuff. Let's get into some more crazier stuff. So obviously on Instagram, you know, I'll ask some of the weird secrets. And there are a couple things that always come up that I feel like we don't talk about enough, you know? And I feel like we all do these things, but we don't want to admit it. And James, I was going to ask you some of the most common things and see if you will be man enough to admit that you do these things or your thoughts behind it. And I'll tell you if I do them too.
Okay.
So the number one biggest thing, probably not the number one, but one of them is peeing in the shower.
Yes.
That was aggressive. Have you ever pooped in the shower?
No.
Okay. That was
Hold on. No.
Okay. A lot of people peeing in the shower, which again, it's like, that's why I'm like, yeah, I do. But this also kicked off a controversy about how it's not really good to pee in the shower, especially for women, because of their pelvic floor. Like, you really shouldn't, like, you know, a lot of times if you have to turn on the sink, you know, you want to hear like rushing water and be able to pee.
Yeah.
Apparently that can mess with you. That really can, if you're listening to the water.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. And peeing standing up is not great for women because it does mess with your pelvic floor muscles and like the muscles that help you push. And like when you're sitting, you're pushing on those muscles that like make you pee.
That makes sense.
People could also be making that up. And
that makes sense.
But I feel like that sounds right.
That makes sense.
So yeah. So if you're gonna pee in the shower, just sit down. Is what I'm saying. I just sit on the floor of the shower and pee. Instead, it solves your problems.
When people poop, I want people to call in.
What?
Do you lean forward? Like when you're really going, do people lean forward?
Why do you
or do you lean back?
I don't lean. Do you?
Check it out. Next time. People lean forward.
Why?
Because it creates alignment in their pelvis and helps them poop better.
See, what's better, lean forward or lean back?
You can't try leaning back. You can't do it.
Oh, sphincter.
The
sphincter will tighten.
So think about how ancient man used to have to poop. When you get into that deep squat.
Yeah.
You get into that deep squat. And that actually aligns the pelvis. The same thing you said about why women peeing standing up. Different anatomy, right?
Yep.
And when you do get into that crouched position, it aligns the pelvis in a different way. Same deal with pooping.
Wow. Well, that's, especially with the squatty potty, like it kind of does naturally make you kind of
You have to squat and get the
and
hips
lean a
below
little
the
bit.
knees.
Yeah.
Toilets are so tall that your hips and knees are even, or sometimes even if you're shorter, your hips are above your knees, which is weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Got to get a squatty potty if you don't have one, by the way. Great invention. It really helps. Or you just put some books. I used to just put some books or something on there. Okay. Here's another one. Smelling of the farts. Would you say that if given the opportunity, like if you were in a, private place,
Do I smell my own
Yeah.
farts? Yeah, of course.
do you cup and go?
No, I don't
Yeah.
get that aggressive. No.
The cup and grab?
No, if it's not powerful enough for me to just
Yeah,
check
be
it
able to
out
take a whiff.
naturally,
Uh-huh.
no.
Yeah. You just take a big whiff.
You check it out.
Check it out.
Yep.
Okay. Good to know. I mean, and obviously, like if you're just like ripping ass and it's your body, like you're gonna smell it. So it's more like, would you like take the opportunity to like try and
I'm just gonna
not?
make sure everything's going okay.
Yeah. Make sure there's nothing funky coming out of there.
Yep.
And then this, of course, is probably one of the most popular, but still as an adult, eating your boogers.
No, I never did.
No?
No, never.
You don't like a little salty chew?
No, never.
No. Okay.
That was something that was. That's okay.
I
don't
love
care.
a booger every once in a while,
That's fine.
especially like if it's like really rustic.
I'll get in there and clean it out, but I never have
Mm.
eaten. No, I just haven't.
Yeah.
No.
Especially if you got a cold, it's a little crusty.
Yeah.
Delicious. All right. Well, I feel like that's pretty good. You seem somewhat normal. I, on the other hand, am not. Those are probably some of the biggest ones when people, I feel like those are things
good
that like, no one talks
questions.
about. I know we have a bidet. Here's my other question. Do you fold or do you wad your toilet paper?
You've asked me this one before.
Yeah. What is your answer? I can remember.
I still wad.
I'm
I'm a
folder. I'm a folder because it's more efficient. And if you have to use it again, you can just refold,
See, I can kind of like take the wad and roll it around so that
Yeah, but
it
that's
goes
risky.
inside.
That's very risky.
I'm pretty good at it.
Okay. Well.
High skill level.
Oh, well, that feels good. I feel like we got a lot off our chest there. Hope you guys are not vomiting. All right. I feel like it's time, James, for
Secrets.
the and I feel like we need like an intro to this part. It's a weird secrets and it's getting weird. It's so weird. It's gonna be some weird secret time.
We would like you to call in and vote on that for an intro.
What's your song? Go.
I didn't think of one.
Okay, well, this is improv, baby. This is live show. This is live
Why does
theater.
it have to be a song?
Whatever you want it to be. What do you want it to be?
And now it's time for secrets.
Wow, really original and creative. So if you want to send us a weird secret, something weird you do, we also love a paranormal story every once in a while. We love a good, a family story. Make me feel better about my family. So you can. Oh, before we do this,
Hold on.
you guys, I have a follow-up.
Change in programming.
Oh my God, I'm so glad I randomly thought of this. Someone sent me this about the Jared Fogle as a follow-up. I thought this was really interesting.
Oh.
Okay. So some girl sent this to me. She goes, "Hi, Sam and James. I'm listening to this week's pod and I had to share my Jared Fogle story. I went to university with him and had always heard stories about him. My boss at my student job went to the university at the same time Jared did, and he said at the time the school always had issues with someone uploading child porn to shared servers. They never were able to figure out who did it, but there were always people that were suspicious it was Jared. Also, my husband played football at the university, and I knew someone on the team whose brother knew Jared personally. He said he would just have stacks and stacks and stacks of porn in his apartment. There were things that I heard years before any of it came out. After he got famous, he would go back to Bloomington Indiana. Hit up the bars. He was always super creepy. He would buy drinks and hit on underage girls. The extent and the depravity of the charges was shocking, but none of us were surprised considering the stories we'd heard.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. Crazy. I don't know why, like, these stories just, like, I know they're so disturbing, but it just is like, it's crazy. It just blows the mind. Okay, sorry. As I was saying, I didn't want to forget to bring that up.
And now it's time for
And
secrets.
It's a weird secrets. It's so weird. You can go to speakpipe.com/weird and proud pod to submit your own secrets. They're always anonymous. You have a minute and 30 seconds to leave it. You know, get busy, get recording. And we obviously are no judgment zone over here. Okay, James, are you ready? Let's do this.
So here's my little weird and wonderful message from all the way from England, UK. Basically, I was born with no hair, like nothing, like no body hair, no hair on my hair, you name it, haven't got it. And sometimes people are really, really mean to me, and others people are really, really nice. And on the occasion people are really, really nice, it's usually because they assume that there's something like really terminally ill wrong with me, like got cancer, I've got no hair, I'm not looking good. So they often let me in front of the queue when I'm waiting for a ride at a theme park, or if I want to post something, I'm at the post office, or if I need to go get some food, you name it. People just look at me, they give me the sympathy look, and they're like, oh, excuse me, miss, do you want to go ahead? And I lap it up. Do you know why? Because I'm going to hell, and that's okay. But you know what? You look different, own it. Maybe not own it, but you look different, get free shit.
Oh my God.
That was amazing. I'm clapping for that one.
And I love your accent. We want to go to England. To England.
You have an amazing English accent.
I want to go to England.
There, that's the open. Could you do the opening for secrets with an English accent?
I really want to go to the UK so bad. We got to plan a trip.
Deal. That call was amazing.
You were just trying to.
I'll go take a nap. You go plan a trip.
Yeah.
That call was amazing.
That was amazing. So you just shave your head. Like, I know you said it was
mostly. It's called alopecia.
Oh,
there's a name for it.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, that's what Will Smith's wife has.
Is that what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the whole thing, and Chris Rock made the joke, and that's the only reason I've heard of it.
And it can be parts. It could be pretty much like
anywhere that grows hair.
Like you could not have eyebrows. You can. Yeah. Some people would. Some people don't. Like it can be different.
But by the way, use that up.
Good for you.
Yeah. Don't feel bad about that. Please. I mean, that. I hopefully, like, you don't have any other negative side effects to it. Right? Are there any other than hair?
Not that I'm aware of. No, it's just that you
just can't grow hair.
There was a guy that where I went to college. He was one of the bar owners down there, just the nicest guy in the world, and he had no eyebrows, no hair on his head ever. Didn't grow any. Just didn't grow hair.
Is it genetic?
Yeah. It's got to be. There's got to be some genetic trait to it. I think. No, that's a guess. I usually know the science behind it. But
I was going to say Mr. Science. Oh my God, that is. What a great voicemail. I'm so glad. That's what I always say. If you have something weird about you, you got something unique, use it to your best ability. Use it to get free shit.
And I just also, use it. But I also love just own it.
Yeah.
You're just you. It. There. Great.
And you don't have any arm hair. That's so nice. Like, people make fun of me all the time because of my arm hair. Even to this day, I used to bleach and shave my arms in middle school and high school because people made fun of my arm hair so bad.
You never told me that. I didn't know. Yeah. I don't think you have that much.
I have
arm
really, really hairy masculine looking forearms.
Have that hairy of
my
arms.
forearms look more like masculine than yours do. James has no hair.
I'm going to go take a nap.
Literally James's forearms look more like you would think that James' forearms are mine.
And I don't have a lot of hair on my
Yeah,
legs.
James like really isn't that hairy, funny enough.
I have more hair on my chest than I do on my legs and arms.
Yep.
Yep. That's the truth.
That is the truth. No lies were detected.
Nope.
That's amazing. We love you so much.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And gotta get to England. We'll be there soon. Oh,
we'll come have a pint with you.
Yes. I really, honestly, that is on my list for sure. I've never been and I've always wanted to go. Even though we went to Ireland. Does that count? That counts as UK, right?
Oh, good job.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I am literally so smart.
But she did say she's from
London.
England.
Oh, is England in London? London's in England.
Ooh, I'm going to let you go with this one.
London is the city.
Yes.
England's the country.
Nice.
UK's the continent.
I don't know if it's considered a
but
whole
it's the home body,
continent.
the area.
Maybe it's the country.
The country. Sure. Whatever.
But
close enough.
Ireland
Listen, you
is
win some, you lose
independent.
some. Yes. Yeah. So technically we have been to the UK. All right, James, are you ready? We got one more. Una más. Ready?
Ready.
Oh.
So I have a paranormal / glitch in the matrix story. When I was around 10 years old, I was living at my childhood home and I was riding my bike down this very long and straight dirt road. Way ahead of me was a guy walking. Didn't think anything of it. He looked like a normal guy. He was maybe like 40 feet ahead of me. We were both like on the left side of the dirt road. And this part gets really hard to explain because I still don't know what the hell happened. But literally all of a sudden he sort of disappeared. And it kind of looked like he was an image that was being projected out from like the side of the road. And like the projector turned off and his image shot back in. And it was the weirdest thing. I like literally did a double take and I rode my bike all the way up there and there was no one. He wasn't anywhere. There was no one to be found. It was very weird and very eerie, and I still have no idea what happened. And it's still very hard to explain. I guess saying disappeared is the easiest way to explain it. But yeah, that's my story.
Wait, what?
I have two theories.
What?
This could be paranormal, but it could be something else.
What? Drugs.
Aliens.
Alien.
Most likely drugs. But it could be aliens. So she said she felt like he was projected. Two theories on the alien projection. And then you can take the paranormal angle of a ghost.
Yeah.
Well, here's the alien thought. One, a lot of times the aliens are reported as using some sort of fancy tractor beam to pull humans up into their ship or transport them up, right? That's one. So was it an alien tractor beam? She said he looked projected. That light could have seemed like it was a projection.
Right.
Like because if there's no light, you couldn't see someone in front of you unless there's like a street light and all of a sudden it reflects, right? Like think of a strobe light. Can't see, can see. So that's one. This alien tractor beam is pulling this human up. And you couldn't see the human because there was no tractor beam on them. And then all of a sudden there's a tractor beam on them and then they're gone because they go up in the tractor
beam.
That's one. Two.
Tractor. Yeah.
Teletransportation. Like in Star Trek where they like just like that wasn't a human. It was an alien and they were teletransporting that alien being who was doing research on us like TikTok back up. Right?
What?
Those are my alien theories.
Yeah, that honestly, either that too or like an angel. Maybe it was like your guardian angel. You know, like I think of like light and like being projected and like, you know, it's like an angel.
That could be another paranormal reason.
Yeah.
Is the Bible paranormal? Yeah, why not? We can do angel paranormal.
Well, no. I mean, like, you know, like everyone, I mean, even like guardian angels, you know, like where, like, I can't remember if you said where you were, but like, you know, maybe it was just like someone watching out for you at night.
Do you think angels are ghosts? Would you put angels in the ghost category?
I don't No.
Or are they like snobby ghosts?
They're like snobby ghosts.
So they're from the Hamptons?
Yeah. Because, yeah, they're from the Hamptons.
Is that what that is?
Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's it. What a crazy story. We love anything paranormal, glitch in the matrix, guardian aliens, whatever that was. We're obsessed, and we love you. Thank you so much for calling in. Thank you for that voicemail. I'm
You
gonna be thinking
literally
about that
just
one.
said paranormal. Did you know that was coming?
No.
I didn't think so. You never do. And you looked genuine. If you're watching on YouTube, she was genuinely shocked.
Paranormal.
Oh my God. What if
It's
she's the projected alien
What if
calling in
she's the alien
from the future? She's calling in from the future,
Whoa.
knowing that you wanted a paranormal call.
That's wild. That is a crazy story. We love it. Keep them coming. You know, if you got something weird, maybe you got a guardian angel story. I love always those stories too, or like, you know, like the like you know, what do they call it, like a life or death situation, like you know, or like you basically died and you came back to life. What do they call those? Like
Out of body experience?
No, maybe like I don't know. But you know, where you like you know, you either are in some like crazy, like I've heard someone who was like in a crazy car accident.
Okay.
You know, and it was like someone, literally an angel, like this white light came down and like protected them from the other car, or like came and like helped pull them out of the car. Yeah. And it's like
Hamptons paranormal.
Yeah. You know, life or death. I don't know what the fuck. You know, you guys know. Why can't I think of it? Oh my God, I'm brain dead. But any of those, anything paranormal, we love it. And we love you guys so much. And right now, I hope you guys are having a great week. I hope you saved the daylight time.
Thank you all for helping us save the daylight.
Yeah, thank you for helping us save the daylight.
You know what we didn't talk about?
What?
Aaron Rodgers.
No one cares about Aaron Rodgers.
There's a lot of people that care about that right now.
I don't think anyone cares.
Please call in
yeah,
and ask
if
questions
you
about the Green Bay
care
Packers.
about Aaron Rodgers, I want you to call in and say, I care about Aaron Rodgers.
And ask a question.
And we'll see.
I will give insights.
No, don't get James on talking about Aaron Rodgers. We love you guys so much. Make sure that you do call in if you have anything weird, paranormal, freaky, nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers or the Packers. You can call into
SpeakPipe.
speakpipe.com/weird-and-proud-pod. Or you can DM me. That was some of the stories that, you know, I will go through the DMs if it's, you know, if it's worth it. Because again, we love the voicemails. We would really prefer the voicemails. But if you're not a big caller and you have something really, really fascinating, DM it on Weird and Proud Pod on Instagram, which make sure you're following. And make sure you're following on YouTube, because if TikTok really does get banned, we're screwed. No, I'm just kidding. Make sure you're subscribed on here. Comment what your thoughts are, and or too, if you have any other like weird things that I should ask James about, comment that too. You know, get James to spill the beans. But we love you guys so much. We hope you have an amazing week. And we'll see you next week. We love you so much, weirdos.
Bye. You guys are the best.
Bye.